First off, rest in peace, neighborhood Nip. I ain't crip, but I'm on that neighborhood shoot. Building business, it's that black owned. If you hustle, better hustle till your pack gone. If you work, better work till your back hurt. And if you rap, make it better than your last verse. Yeah, more lyrics. Stick and move, Javante Davis.
AJ, El Presidente, Eddie Kane University. Hill gon' heal, regardless. You, Buchanan, Bethel High School, by way of 3-Man Weave, LLC.
Michelle, producer, based over here.
You can catch this wave from the Marlins to the Mariners. Doing things you can't believe. It's the 3-Man Weave.
What up, good people? You already know what it is. You got your 3 favorite guys back from your favorite pod, the 3-Man Weave podcast. It's your host with the most, your guy Buchanan. I got my bros that it's always an honor to be with. Who I got first?
You already know who it is. It's your boy Hill. And Hill gonna heal regardless, baby. Let's get it.
Yes, you already know what it is. You got your boy AJ. We back from Cancun very soon. It was very underwhelming.
Yeah, damn sure went fishing. If we don't figure out how to stop, and we don't figure out how to stop Jokic, we gonna be there soon.
You put all your chips on the table, man. You went all in. Got you sent to Cancun. At least you got a trip out of it, though.
I mean, it ain't over, but we'll get there. We'll get there.
We can catch us on all major podcast platforms, 3-Man Weave, Instagram, Twitter, 3-Man Weave _. You can email us at podcast.3.man.weave@gmail.com. Let's get it.
What's happening, Miss King?
Miss King is in the building. Yeet. Oh, man. Hey, look, we got to fight. We got to fight this weekend. Ain't no need to hesitate.
Come on with it.
And it's definitely one of them ones that we have been waiting for. You know what I'm saying? Despite of, let's say, some of our feelings about, Lomachenko. But this is a quality fight. This is a must-see fight. Fight that's been brewing in the making for a very long time. And we definitely be excited to see this Saturday. So let's get to it. Let's talk.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a really good fight. I think just like kind of what we wanted to see out of Tank and Ryan, we wanted to see them come up in that competition level. We've been hearing you talk about, oh, I'm this, I'm that. I'm the guy at 135, nobody wants to fight me, nobody this. Well, let's start seeing you guys get in the ring and stop going against, fighters where it's just you safe.
Mm-hmm.
Test yourself, push your limits, have to work a little bit. Then you can get that title. As they've always said, to be the man, you got to beat the man. But at this point in time, we never really even knew. I mean, I think all of us here and most people assumed that it was Tank. But even still, it's just like, hey, can we see y'all beat each other? All of y'all claiming king, but nobody going to war.
I like that.
So now we're starting to see some battles take place. Some things coming to fruition. And so I think this is the second installment of building that hierarchy in this weight class.
You know what's funny? You know what led to all of this? The Tank, Ryan, the Lomo, Haney. Ducking led to all of this.
Oh, too.
Ducking led to all of this. This is all put in motion by Loma first ducking Haney, and then T.O. By T.O. ducking Haney, put him in the ring with Kambosos, allowed Kambosos to unify the belts, which allowed Haney to unify the belts, which now makes Haney more attractive. After Tank, he's the most attractive at 135. But just like Tank, with Haney, we never really seen him test the waters. What's my one knock on Loma been? We've never really seen him test the waters, even though he was crowned early.
Absolutely.
So it's like, to me, this is an ultimate prove it fight. This is not like the Tank and Ryan fight where we know that Tank is the clear favorite. I don't think there's a clear favorite here. Like Haney does have all the belts, but this is uncharted territory. He's my favorite. I want him to win. I'm rooting for him. But I've also been asking for years for Loma to show me why he was Loma. And if he does show me why he was Loma, then I feel like this will be a very, very tough fight for Devin Haney. But I do feel like it's a good fight for boxing. I do feel like Devin Haney, amongst all of these names, has been the most willing out of the young stars to fight any and whoever. He's called out people. He's tried to get fights. They've ducked him. He's fought the next best that he could get until he could get opportunities. And he never ducked opportunities, even when people thought he was going to duck the rematch with Kambosos in Australia. You feel me? He went there. So I'm excited for this. I'm thinking that the key to this is going to be defense, because I do know that Loma hits hard. You feel what I'm saying? And he may hit a little. There's no way we can tell, but he may hit a little bit harder from Devin. I feel like he's more of a power hitter than Devin is. So we know Devin is technically sound, but I think it'll be an exciting fight. I hope that it goes at least past 8 rounds if I'm paying for it.
This will be an exciting fight for the boxing purists, for the boxing purists, for the people that actually love boxing. This is not the fight for the casuals right here. This is going to be a boring fight when it comes to the casual. When we got 2 technicians going at it, 2 tactical fighters just picking the spots and just choosing when to go get active and just just winning the card, just getting points. It's just like you're just seeing
the right fight.
You're just seeing the some of the attributes of Haney has the hey, he's just so technical how you do it like that, but you got Lomachenko kind of do it the same way. I think the problem with Lomachenko is, like say, he does start slow, and with the fact that he starts slow, he pick his spots, he take his time, he try to read, get the game plan going on. You do that with Haney, next thing you know, you down some
3-4 rounds, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You down some rounds, and then next thing you know, you try to pick it up, which he's done in other fights. He lost a fight like that, or almost lost a fight like that.
He lost it. He lost it. I believe it was that.
It was recent.
It was the Teo fight, wasn't it?
I think Teo beat him. But yeah, no.
But that's because he started slow and then he started picking it up. But to your point, and I'm not trying to steal your point here, but what happens is when you step up in competition, you can't put dudes away as easy. And so not being able to put dudes away as easy, you can't rely on, just trying to fill out early on. And next thing you know, you 3-4 rounds, but you're like, all right, round 11, I'm about to just put him down because I didn't wore him down already. And I found my spot and now I'm going to attack it. Because now Haney's been doing the same thing and he's reading you. He's made in-fight adjustments along with your in-fight adjustments. And so lesser fighters, once you kill their game plan, they don't know how to adjust. Once you start creeping up in those higher tiers, that's when it becomes. That's why I love this. It becomes that chess match.
Absolutely,
because now once you make your adjustment, now it's time for me to make my adjustment. And then can my adjustment be 2 steps ahead of your adjustment? Can I outthink you where my adjustment waters down the adjustment that you're about to make because I've already cleared 2 steps ahead of you. I'm already ahead of you.
That's why I believe that.
And let's not forget the undertones of this fight. Loma's coming off willingly stepping away from the sport of boxing to serve his country.
Yeah. All of those fighters, man.
Him for that, because hey, you ain't gonna never hear me ever saying I don't respect nothing like that. So it's like, if he does come back from that and puts Haney away, that's the upset of the year.
That's a movie maker
Even
right
though
there.
I don't think he's an underdog, but it's just
He tried to play that, and that what blew me.
So well, here's like so.
I ain't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry.
No, I don't mind him playing the underdog card because technically he is the underdog because
Haney's
Devin Haney, he's got the belts. Devin Haney is the younger fighter. Devin Haney has been active more recently, and so it's just like
only due to the fact that I stated though.
But then that's also kind of like what it is. Like if a fighter's coming off a long layoff and if they have both been, previously active and it's been a coin flip, what are people going to say? Loma starts slow and he might have some ring rust, stuff like that. So, so I do believe Loma, and especially with popularity too, I think he's probably the underdog right now here in America.
Because of recency bias when it comes to the popularity.
But that's what it is though. Like everybody falls victim to that drug.
Yeah.
But Haney's always been popular. He's almost like the Ryan Garcia. Like he
ain't Ryan Garcia.
No, but compared to the other boxers, like I showed it to Hill the last time he was at my crib. Like other than Ryan Garcia, like Haney's the only other young boxer that has over 1 million followers. Like even Spence and them, they're in the hundreds. They're in hundreds of Ks. So it's like, but he's a popular guy because he's like in the fashion, like be on the model scene and stuff like that. So it's other things other than boxing that have eyes on him. So he,
Loma got 2 mil.
And Loma, besides for Loma, you know what I'm saying? Because Loma was considered one of the best.
Yeah,
Devin Haney, they basically got the same exact amount of followers.
Yeah, and so and if you look up Spence,
play with me.
Bud Crawford, Danny Garcia, all of like Thurman, all of them, like you guys, Sean Porter, even with the Porterway podcast, like they're just not that popular. Like they're just popular kind of amongst people who like boxing.
I gotta subscribe to that. Is it good?
I don't subscribe to it, but I've seen I follow him on IG.
Yeah,
so
I follow the clips.
The clips are good.
And he's a good boxing mind. I like what he calls. He's better than Paulie. Goddamn it! But
you already know how I feel about Paulie.
he is better than Paulie. But
Paulie's been growing on me.
I think it's just because Paulie got CTE.
Like when Paulie says, I don't like his examples of what he would have done because we know what you would have done. So as long as
you would have went to sleep, Paulie.
you got pop.
So if you stay away from those examples, Paulie's pretty sound. Like I think it's his voice almost. His voice is kind of
CTE because he get that stutter when he get excited. He be like, but
you know who? Yeah, that's exactly how he can. You know who he reminds me of? When John Barry used to call the games, and when John Barry used to get critical on a player, you'd be like, "Bro, John Barry, come on, bro. Like we know.
Yeah, just stop talking.
Yeah. Ain't Rick.
You don't close out like this, like bro. We seen you do like we seen you play, bro. Like relax. Like,
hold on, wait.
No,
who do you want to hear what they would have done from Les, Paulie, Barry, Dan Orlovsky?
You already know it's Dan Orlovsky. You already know it's Dan Orlovsky.
Man, I fuck with Dan, man.
Bro, like
Dan is actually he's actually good at what he does, though. I do like him this. But it's just the same. It's the same rule applies. Stay away from anything that you would have done, bro.
Because we see what you would have done, bro.
I still to this day think that segment that him and Ryan Clark has need to be a show. That I don't care if it's like a pregame show on Sundays or a post-game show, something, or during the week when they got film. That like the way they do that shit, where they break it down like in the moment of what the offense sees versus what the defense is seeing. Man,
they can see
and they got the personalities too. Like that shit is amazing.
Like you say, like he is good. Like say he's good for TV. Let me say that he is good for TV. It's just like you say when he crossed those boundaries of what I should have done or what you should have done. Like you said, like Candy said, we've seen what you've done. Like we've seen the work, buddy. You know what I'm saying? But my thing for Lomachenko before we move on, hey bro, if you can dodge a bullet, you could dodge a punch.
You could dodge.
You know what I'm saying?
You can dodge a wrench.
You can dodge a ball. The 3 Ds: duck, dip, Dodge.
Bro, he beamed that Rich.
Bro.
Yo, I always say, yo, I want to quit right there, bro. Like
that let me free. Dodgeball ain't
the
for
worst
me.
type of, they was pleasure for real, bro.
What's
Hell
up,
yeah.
Ryan?
What's up, Ryan?
Oh man.
Yeah, man.
Shouts out to Heat Nation. But yeah, if you could dodge it, you could dodge it. That's one of the worst logic ever.
And speaking
Yeah.
of wrenches,
Oh yeah.
it's the
God
perfect.
damn, we kind of getting kind of good at that.
Yeah,
That was 2 for 2 on that. I might have to step.
I was saying,
I got step. Yeah, I got step mine up.
You're slacking, my boy. That shit was kind of good right there, Paul.
yeah,
Well,
man.
in the group, you know, we've been asking the fours, you know, the teams that have been eliminated in the playoffs so far. We've been asking, okay, what would we do? You know, what would you do to fix this team? What would you do? What moves would you make, if any? I always preface that with saying, if any moves, that some teams may need to just run it back. But we had a couple teams, and we about to just go. We're gonna get to it. We had a list of teams. We got the Suns, we got the Warriors, we got the Knicks, and we got the Sixers. So we're gonna start off. Candace set the tone.
Yeah, I set the tone off.
Who your team?
I've been tasked with trying to fix the New York Knickerbockers, man.
All right.
And normally I would say that this was a basketball hell. They gave me the worst job, but for the first time in a long time, I don't think there's that much that needs to be done. Because first of all, Knicks in the second round is Knicks in the second round. We haven't seen that since Sprewell and them, Allen Houston. This is the first time in a long time.
It's been a while.
So it's like, I felt like when they were playing the games, the garden was packed out. If I felt that nostalgia, it felt good. So one thing that blew me watching the Knicks series is Coach Tom Thibodeau's rotation, man. And so I know I said it wasn't a lot to fix with the Knicks, but unfortunately, I do have to start at the top and give Tibbs the axe.
Oh, okay.
I have to. And the reason being is because you had talent still on your bench that never made its way onto the floor. Perfect example is Derrick Rose. Is Derrick Rose, and I kept asking people, I said, is Derrick Rose still injured? And Knicks fans told me no. So I'm gonna ask y'all, was Derrick Rose still injured?
No, he definitely should have played, especially when Manuel quickly got injured.
And now, especially when IQ got injured. So, but to make it worse, when you have Vincent and Martin playing the way that they played, right? You got Brunson trying to do it all on the offensive end. So it's going to be very hard for him to do everything. You feel what I'm saying? Be a defensive stopper and the engine on the offense. So you got to get Derrick Rose is can defend on the wing. Like we've known that he's a former MVP. If he can do one thing, he can play defense. He can get into the passing lanes. Tibbs, you didn't even. I didn't see him touch the floor. Did he touch the floor?
No, not
so for that, you got to be fired. Now, the next other problem is, well, first let me say I like Brunson. Brunson got to keep that piece intact. And unfortunately, as much as Julius Randle has done to help rise Knicks basketball and get him to this point, I feel like he got to be the odd man out. And the reason why is because he like a black hole, man. When the offense goes into Julius Randle's hand, it's do or die. It's either it's almost like how Melo used to be, except Melo executed way more, except he executes less than Melo unless he gets on one of those streaks. Then if he's in one of them Julius Randle streaks, he got it. But those streaks are far fewer in between. But he can be a high value movable piece to a team that already got a main guy. You feel what I'm saying? And want a secondary guy. You take Julius Randle, and now what you got to do is bring in a younger playmaker, a cheaper playmaker that could play along Brunson and just do their job. Put points on the board, but also defend. I don't know if you want this playmaker in the front court, because Julius Randle, he's kind of he's one of those weird positions where he could play front court or he could play wing. So it's like You have to choose. I don't think you need to choose another player like him that's a switchblade. You need to make a definite choice and pick that type of player. Now, I also think you got to pick up another ball handler, because especially with the short rotation, if they don't get rid of Tibbs, when Brunson went to the bench, oh my God, you was left with nothing but that black hole with Julius Randle. So you have to go and look at these MLE guys, these mid-level exceptions. Tyus Jones, I said it on LLC once, I think before, he would be a perfect fit to either run that offense alongside Jalen Brunson, if you want to put him into the starting rotation, or be the guy to run it when Jalen Brunson goes out. So it's like, I think you make those three moves initially, right? You play to the All-Star break or close to it, to teams start getting desperate. And then if you still can't do anything or it's still not clicking, then you got to get rid of Robinson. And you got to get rid of Fournier, and you're gonna have to get rid of some draft capital, and you're gonna have to do something. The one thing that you have going is, one, you went second round playoffs, and you're the New York Knickerbockers. I truly feel like with the way that Jalen Brunson played, with Josh Hart still there, this is a destination that somebody might be willing to go to. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, it's Knicks basketball is back. And that's the way that your boy B. Cannon gonna try to fix the Knicks.
I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad at that at all. Who's the next team? Who's the next team we got?
I have the Warriors.
You got the Warriors?
I have the Warriors.
Well,
Warriors need fixing.
I think that they're in a very precarious position, because they're literally one season removed from a championship, but they got bounced in the second round of the playoffs this year. And I think this is where the Warriors need to make a decision. To me, the one player that is untouchable is Steph Curry.
Of course.
He's going to be a Warrior for life. But now you need to like decide, are you going to try and continue with the core that got you here with Steph, Clay, and Draymond? Are you going to move on from Draymond? Are you going to move on from Clay? Are you going to try and get younger? What the case may be. There has been rumblings. There's looking like Bob Myers is on his way out.
Bye-bye.
So to me, I believe that is where did I do that?
No, I did.
Okay. So to me, I believe that is where you really need to start before we make any moves. And to me, I believe a GM is going to come in. The way that this fan base is, he is not trying to break this shit down, because that's going to look bad on him. The first move, where you don't have any cachet built up, you start clearing out, either some of your pillars. So this is where I think someone like Michael Winger from the Los Angeles Clippers comes in. You try and get him away, because as we say, maybe another team, they may be trying to pull away Ty Lue. He might have some offers there, and it's looking like, he's had a couple seasons there. He hasn't had his stars. So he may be looking to move on. And to me, Ty Lue is a really good coach. So if that's the case, the Clippers might be up, they might start putting some pieces from sale. So if you can grab him, he has an idea.
Tibbs should be available.
Tibbs is available. But Winger actually spent time with the OKC Thunder in their front office, and I think he's learned some good things over there. I think he's up and coming. So I think he's a little bit different than Bob Myers and his analytical nerdness, but I think he gives you a good blend of both. And as Miss King stated, she said Clay and them staying. So I think this is where you have to try and find a way to get younger but established if you're going to try and continue this window. And I think their starting lineup that they had, running with the small ball, and Andrew Wiggins, he came in, he played his part to get them to the championship. But I think someone a little bit younger but still athletic, and they're young guys, Moses Moody and Kuminga. I don't know if they have a spot on this team. It just doesn't seem like, with what they're trying to do, with this current core, those guys don't have a spot. So I think if you could, maybe package Andrew Wiggins and maybe a Kuminga or something like that, and you put in a trade package, to me, someone who has been on the trade block like a John Collins. He's athletic. He can shoot. He can replace Andrew Wiggins in your small ball lineups, and he can still stretch the floor. He's athletic enough to defend and be a switchable defender. You can have him locked up for some time. So if Klay actually gets to the, a point where it's like, hey, I can't do these things no more, you still have him able to switch these things. And like I said, you have Kuminga that you're not using. People around the league seem to think he has some value and seem to think, hey, he might do something. And we've seen when James Wiseman left, it was like, oh, he might have just needed a little bit of freedom and a different thing. So I think there are some players out there. Okay, there's not a lot of players out there that are unrestricted free agents. But there are some players that can you make, make a run at someone in like that switchable, 3-4 role. Someone like that'll come in on a vet minimum, like Torrey Craig from the Suns. You get him, to me, that is solid depth. He can shoot, he can guard multiple positions. He is a streaky shooter, but that gives you depth. So I think what they need to do is get established, but while still getting younger and athletic, because Klay's had 2 devastating lower body injuries, and he's not the same athlete that he once was. And he had his moments. Hey, it was looking bad for me at one point. I was like, hey, do they need to move off of Klay? Motherfucker started lighting the scoreboard up. Like, God damn. But then it kind of caught up, and it was just like, okay, cool. Like, it kind of plateaued. And then they need to figure out what the fuck is up with Jordan Poole.
I think we know. My fault.
Bro. You went on a whole rant. You ain't mentioned Draymond.
I think Draymond gonna be back, yo.
All right.
He's a part of their identity. I kind of feel like.
Yeah, I think he's
once he goes, it's over. That it's really over once he goes.
He was like, and that's why, like I said, to me, that's why I said someone along the lines of John Collins, because it still allows.
What you got there, Hell?
Yeah, what's that?
It's a mean energy.
Oh shit! I thought you had a little faux loco, a little juice or something.
them days is over.
Trying to drink a little battery ass. But yeah, my final point is the reason why I mentioned someone along the lines of a John Collins, because it still gives them size, at the 4, and he could, 4 or 5, whatever you want to do.
No, I like
but
that.
It allows Draymond to still be on the floor, allow Draymond to still run their offense. And then even then, if you want to, spell Draymond, you give Kevon Looney on the floor, and you still have a floor spacer with Collins as well.
Well, y'all said we couldn't rebuttal, so we're gonna go ahead. I do. They do have to figure out a plan. Like I said, I do understand that. I do get that. I have you. Would you finish though?
Go ahead, do your thing, my boy.
I would say, unfortunately, I've been tasked the Phoenix Suns. And, first order of business for me, you already know what time it is. We're going to go ahead and trade Booker to the Lakers, right? And go ahead and get this. Look at AJ. Look at AJ.
Because you're all 3-man week podcast. Yeah.
No,
bullshit.
No. All seriousness. All seriousness. First order of business is figuring out what you're gonna do with Chris Paul. Find a sucker. Suckers is born every day. Unfortunately, what's crazy? Phoenix was the first suckers, and it turned out to a positive.
I'm about to say, okay,
because his contract.
I can't rebuttal. I'm saying
what you're about to say. Because when y'all first got Chris Paul, his contract was he was getting paid way too much.
Yeah.
And everybody was looking at it like, okay, you signed Chris Paul. But of course, he played, he showed up, he looked like Chris Paul at moments. But when it came to playoff time, unfortunately, he got injured. He continues to get injured every time in the playoffs. So, his days are definitely, it's time for him to become a backup. It's time for him to go ahead and accept the role. We've been criticizing Russell Westbrook.
What I say in the playoffs?
Yeah, you definitely want him to come off the bench. So it's definitely that time. So when I say find a sucker, it's definitely find a sucker because he got half of his contract guaranteed. You know, it's 15 million right now. You can fully guarantee that's going to be 30 million. You know what I'm saying? I don't know a team that's ready to trade and, you know, buy that out. You know, say you can have a Russell Westbrook situation on your hand. You know, maybe in this, you know, after the all, but by the trade deadline, you can find a sucker then. But me, I'm ready to just cut ties on him now. I'm ready to wave and stretch him right then and there. I need this money now. Go ahead, cut ties with him now. It just refreshes the room. GM, they say Bob. You mentioned Bob Myers maybe out of Golden State. I'm doing whatever it takes. If he's available, if I'm Phoenix, the new owner, I know you got money. You just bought the son. I'm giving Bob Myers whatever he wants. If that means James Jones got to go, I'm sorry, James Jones, you are not Bob Myers. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. But if you know what I'm saying, of course, you know, James Jones, you're on the hot seat if that's the case. And at the same time, it's rumblings that Ty Lue may be out the Clippers. If I'm Ty Lue, I'm getting completely away from the Clippers. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting bro. You see, like you said, remember he was on the pivot. He had all the people die, and he was still trying to coach his team up and won't nobody there. Nah, y'all don't respect me. I'm getting up out of there if I'm Ty Lue as fast as I can. And you have a whole bunch of contenders waiting to sign Ty Lue. But if that's not the case, first order of business, if you can't get Ty Lue, go get Nick Nurse. Nick Nurse, I don't like, obviously, when we talked about head coaches, I'm not a retread guy. I understand that, you know, retreads is not my thing. Nick Nurse this is going to be his second stint on the team. He's a champion. He's a former champion. He has an offense. He has an offensive system that works. He has an offensive system that's worked without stars. We've seen this. We've seen this work. The Raptors was in no man's land. It was projected that they was going to be sellers at the trade deadline. Of course, they didn't. So they was in no man's land. They got to the play-in. You know, they were a team lacking of a superstar. So of his coaching prowess, he did enough. He got them to the playoff. That's about it. I would do that. I would fix that. I know he would have an offensive system in place that Devin Booker and Kevin Durant can excel in. I know a lot of people, you know, they want to get rid of Ayton. I know AJ was waiting for me to get rid of Ayton. His value is at his lowest. Like, it's at its lowest. So getting back quality players that you think that you're going to get may not happen. Mm-hmm. My thing about, I know if you talk to AJ, he keeps bringing up Miles Turner. My thing about Miles Turner, if the Phoenix Suns wanted Miles Turner, they would have gotten Miles Turner. They did not have to give. I can't remember. They did not have to give Ayton his extension. They did not have to give him that provision. You know, with the trade, you know, when him could veto any trade for a whole year. He didn't have to have all that. They could have easily got Miles Turner for the cheap on a sign and trade. They chose not to. You know, AJ would explain to us later on. But in my mind, they really didn't want Miles Turner. I mean, it was served to them on a silver platter. They could have got Miles Turner for the cheap. They didn't even have to give Miles Turner an extension when he got. But it is what it is. It's players that they can get. I'm bringing back first order business. I'm bringing back Torrey Craig. I'm bringing back Landale. Those are two key contributors. You need depth. Those are key depth pieces. You know, LLC we call spot plugs. They're spot plugs right then and there. So you need them. Oh, campaign, bye. You can go. I need the cap space. So I didn't got rid of CP3, and I'm getting rid of campaign. So now I'm out of the luxury tax at this point. So now I got to I finally get with trading campaign. I finally got an exception, I believe. So you get that exception. You get somebody in free agency that's of quality. Then the rest of the likes of you going up, you getting vet minimums. I'm looking at Will Barton, somebody, you know, wing, you know, give you some wing depth. Seth Curry, backup point guard, or he can start for you. Y'all need shooting bad.
Yeah, definitely.
Corey Joseph can be a backup point guard. You can get Niang from the Sixers. You need another shooter, another wing that can help. Austin Rivers. Austin Rivers can give you everything, not everything, but
that's just such a light-skinned team. Damn.
I mean, it's a bunch of beige rage.
Damn.
I understand, but you need a backup guard for sure. That's somebody that can create on his own, and On top of that, you need the big Thomas Bryant. Before he got traded, and now he's just rotting on the bench in Denver. He played well for the Lakers. You know what I'm saying? He's an athletic big. He can run. He can help. And like I said, you don't have to give him you don't have to run the play for him. He can get garbage points. He can give you 10 and 10. You know what I'm saying? 10 ugly buckets. You know what I'm saying? Dump off
6 fouls. That's all I need.
And that's all you need. Depth. Thomas Bryant. You can go get Shake Milton. I don't know what his contract value may be. One of these players that I listed may have to get the exception. And if I'm gambling, I would give it to him. Somebody that's been, undervalued in Philly that can actually blossom with a bigger role. And I'm going to try to find out. Go get Reggie Jackson. It's players like that that can relinquish your depth, give you some actual quality pieces that you can actually play. So you don't have to play KD and Booker 45 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
If we gonna play KD and Booker 45 minutes, we might as well get Thibodeau.
Oh, you're available according to Candy. But
look, was you finished?
I got 3 trades.
That was just a joke. It was just a joke.
I got 3 trades that if they got rid of Ayton, these are 3 trades that I got brewing. I'm gonna go up and start off with this one.
Oh, you cheated, bro.
Cup of pan for cup of pan. It's for no group project.
Oh man, look, he got to see me after the show, man.
You call a team that got cap space. That definitely a lot of free agents don't go to. You call the Magic, a team that's lacking of a star. You know what I'm saying? Is Ayton a star? He has star name quality. Okay, you go get Wendell Carter. You replace your center right then and there. You go get Gary Harris. Boom. That's wing depth right then and there. And you get some first round draft picks to relinquish what you gave up in KD.
Replenish.
One of them words. Words are hard.
That's 2 episodes in a row, my boy.
It's okay. How you feel about this one, AJ?
Getting picks back. Picks back.
Bro,
that's always good to me.
He's gonna be happy as long as Ayton gone, man.
Gary Harris, he can put up some shots. He can handle the ball. Pause. Hey, I don't mind it.
All right. I'm calling the Hornets.
And you like this because this is one of the people that I think I put a post into the group and AJ responded like this is somebody that they were in on him like 3 years ago before we got Chris Paul. Like that would have been a good pickup then.
Like right after the bubble with Rubio, we were in on Terry Rozier. And so Ohio guy, I'm all for it.
You go get Scary Terry. That's your starting point guard right in there. He can defend, so him and Booker can go, interchangeable when it comes, and he can play off the ball as well. So you got that solidified. Nick Richards, hey, y'all need a big, right?
Just be tall, dog.
just be tall and just put your hands up. Tell them to put your hands up. That's all I'm saying. And, we gonna get there, y'all.
Gosh, play nice.
But how would you feel about this one, AJ?
What'd you say?
How would you feel about this one?
Like I said, to me, seeing those picks, the picks, that always helps, especially getting, if the possibility we get a new GM and having those picks and seeing what he can do, that helps, especially, and it spreads out. So having one for 2023 and then 2026, who knows, well, Jordan's probably going to sell, but Hornets probably still going to be the Hornets. They didn't get the big baguette, so
they didn't
get the big baguette. So hey, they might still be bad, and that pick might end up being something. So Rozier not super old. I'm cool with it.
Now I had to call the Mavericks. Both first trades were in the Eastern Conference, but now I'm calling the Mavericks a Western Conference team. Sometimes teams in the same conference don't normally make a trade.
I mean, you making sure Ayton get these picks back, man.
Because they can't get the players back. The reason why they can't get the players back because they already are over the cap team and they're a luxury
Right.
tax team. So the simple fact is, I got to get some picks back because I can't do players because they can't take so much salary back.
Right.
Trade machine definitely was kicking my ass when it came to some of these trades.
Made you think. That's what I like.
But you get a stretch 4 at David Bertans, and then you bring back JaVale McGee, a center, quality center that can do the dirty work that you.
I like JaVale McGee in that championship run. I like what he did for us. You know what I mean?
And you get some picks. So that's all I got brewing for you. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I'm keeping Aiden, but if you had to trade him, these are some of the moves that I would make.
Absolutely. I guess I
Right.
gotta shut up. I have to shut up.
Unfortunately, yeah, that was the rules of the segment. So yeah.
Yeah. And now we got the Sixers.
Yeah. The moment everybody's been waiting for.
How we gonna fix the process?
Trade Joel to OKC.
To trade him to LA, man. Come on. Man.
I'm just saying they got the picks.
Towers back.
Now you know what? Now you know why I keep putting now. I'm speaking for myself. Every time I put it in the group, I say, "What changes would y'all make?" And I say, "If any." Right? It's the reason why I keep saying "if any" because every team doesn't have to make a move, bro.
Yep.
Like, bro, you lost in the playoffs. I'm all for upgrading if you can. If you can possibly upgrade a position or upgrade your team, by all means do that. But at sometimes you just lose to a better team. Like you just lose. It's okay.
Yeah.
Like it's okay to lose. Now, how you lost is the problem.
Yeah, because when you need to stay together is when you lose by 2, 4, 6.
Yeah, but getting blown out, cool. Blow it up. I feel you.
Blow it up.
So don't. But for this team in particular, when it comes to the Sixers, we all know that Joel was injured.
Yep.
That's not an excuse
At all.
That's
on that court, bro.
That's an explanation, though. Every time we say it, you know what I'm saying? It's not an excuse that he was hobbled. It's just an explanation. Like he wasn't himself. It still wasn't the reason why they lost. Like you say, other people didn't show up, other factors didn't show up. There's a whole plethora of things that happen on this list. But my thing is, why not run it back? With this team that they had, why not run it back?
Because I don't believe in any faith that I had in the process was killed on that game 7, bro.
Mm-hmm.
They just didn't have what it takes. And I don't know if running it back is going to get what it takes. Because I feel like those other teams that you speak of who don't need to fix anything, they're still going to retool. You know what I'm saying? And possibly get even stronger. So it's like just staying the same when it didn't work this year is probably not going to work next year. And so unfortunately, I feel like you have to decide. You have to decide if you want to semi-blow this thing up. Harden, Tobias, you got to keep Maxey because he's young.
He's extension eligible too, by the way.
Oh, Maxey?
Yeah.
Yeah. So but then you have to decide if you want to blow this thing up fully. If you want to blow this thing up fully, then you gotta let Joel go. And I feel like if you let Joel go, you can get pieces and picks.
Why am I letting Joel go?
I'm just saying that the process is there, and he ain't gonna get you to a chip, bro. Like, how many more playoff runs do you just want to make?
I just asked the question.
So it's like if you can't pair anything with him that you feel can be a true championship contender, get these pieces out, get some younger pieces that are unproven that can go and make a name for themselves. And
Jump in, AJ.
It's a 3-point league.
So I think if they don't necessarily have to blow it up, but they need to get someone in there who can provide that extra spark. And we've seen, at times you see Maxey do a little something.
Mm-hmm.
Tobias Harris, he does a little something, but I think there needs to be someone in there that can be their number 3. We don't know who their number 3 is. And this team, exactly. But that's why you need to find a number 3 for this team. And I don't know if someone is willing to, take on Tobias or whatever the case may be, or you might have to move.
They will. He's on expired. He on expired contract.
I definitely would take him on my team.
Right. So if you can find somebody, that can give you some wing depth and scoring ability for Tobias, I think you would do that.
That's why I started laughing.
That's funny as hell.
This is hilarious. I would love it.
The irony of that, if that happened, the NBA been doing some funny stuff, man, with the how they play some people, man.
I would laugh just to hear how Jarvis will switch up.
Mm-hmm.
I wish he was out. I wish he was on here tonight.
I'm about to say that was his one.
I ain't gonna switch up. I don't switch up.
Boy be loving
so,
Kyrie.
Real quick. So since Tobias is on an expiring contract, and say what we kind of say is about to happens, and the Clippers lose their GM, Clippers lose their head coach.
Mm-hmm.
Would you try and give the Clippers Tobias expiring contract for Paul George?
It's tempting. It's tempting.
Yeah,
because what
I give Harden for Paul George. Be quiet.
This is what I was gonna say, man. When Paul George was the undeniable guy, I liked him better.
Absolutely.
I don't know if I like him as much playing alongside. But I feel like Paul needs to be somewhere where he can just let it.
But I think him being alongside Kawhi versus him being alongside Joel might be different because might be a little bit different because they can fill 2 different roles. Yeah, just like we were talking about with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, it's almost like they're a little bit redundant.
But here's my thing: who the coach?
And I think because this is why I purposely did not name a coach for the Knicks.
Mm-hmm.
And I purposely did not name a superstar replacement for the Knicks because I want to ask the Fours this week. And I think we should also ask the Fours who should be because we didn't name a coach.
Because once again, I'm going to say, I know this is a contradiction into my philosophy, but I'm going to say Nick Nurse.
I thought you were about to say Mike D'Antoni when you said a contradiction.
Come on now. I ain't gonna never say him. I ain't gonna never say his name again.
You said a contradiction, bro. I'm thinking Nick Nurse. Why is Nick Nurse a contradiction to your philosophy?
Because technically he's going to be a retread. He's going to be a retread.
So listen.
But I always give somebody a second opportunity.
I don't know if I really consider Nick Nurse a retread. He just won a championship not too long ago. He's a great coach just being let go. I don't know if that's a retread. I feel like that's a fresh start. That's a fresh start coach or need a new start. A retread is one of these coaches that if Doc Rivers get a job, he's a retread, bro.
He retread.
So can I ask, what about Budenholzer?
And he's considered a retread because this will be his 3rd head coaching job. But at the same time, he's an upgrade over Doc Rivers.
And that's what I was thinking. He's an upgrade over Doc Rivers. And yes, people criticize him for making slow adjustments, very similar to Doc Rivers. But I think he has a better grasp of today's game than Doc Rivers. I think he doesn't shrink under the moment like we've seen Doc Rivers. And, bro, Doc Rivers is living off the shine of 2008. Like, at least Budenholzer got something, recent, and we've seen it. And then, they talk about Budenholzer. Budenholzer's coming off a very bad loss. But also, it was also, hey, bro, it's very similar to the 76ers. They were like their star player got injured.
Why not an unproven?
If they go unproven, they need to pick up the guy. They need to pick up Sam Cassell.
This is why I don't want to go unproven with these coaches, with these teams, because these are contending teams.
Immediate expectations.
But look at Missoula.
He got lucky.
So what I'm saying,
and then also
these unproven guys who we know, who we think is of pedigree, a chance, they might. Maybe it's not luck.
But hold on, that's my philosophy is get somebody new. But when it comes to Missoula, what is he doing?
I'm gonna say if Missoula wasn't going against Doc Rivers last series, he might be in this question.
That's also true. But ain't his fault. Is it my fault that I gotta face Doc Rivers?
It's your luck. But you better.
And I have to take advantage of that. So if I get the win, I get the win, bro. You got to give it to me.
But I'm just, you asked the question though, right? You asked the question, and I had to answer. When it comes to the Bucks, even though I do think Sam Cassell should get that job, even though I do think Sam Cassell can definitely work wonders with the Sixers, I wouldn't mind them going the two names that I named.
I ain't mad at that. I'm not mad at that.
I'm not trying to hear. No, go ahead. Ask the question.
No. Say yours, because mine's a different topic, kind of.
I'm not trying to hear about some of these lateral moves where, Monty Williams in Milwaukee or Monty Williams in Philly. Bro, get Monty out of here too. Monty is a retread. Monty is a lovable story. Look, I love Monty to death. I love the story. And look, and at the same time, I think Monty is a good coach, to be quite honest. I think
I think Monty a good coach.
But he ain't no upgrade over Doc Rivers.
But he lost some players and gave up on players, and that's got to be a ding somewhere, because how he handled the Ayton situation, that's a ding to me on Monty, bro.
He's not an upgrade over Doc Rivers. He's not an upgrade over Coach Bud. He's not an upgrade over Nick Nurse. He's not an upgrade over none of these players. None of these people. And so my issue with, let's go get Monty. Let's go get Monty. What the hell is going to be different with Monty going anywhere else?
I'd rather go. If you bring in Monty or Doc Rivers, I'd rather go unproven.
What's Monty's specialty?
It used to be being a player's coach. But like I said, with the way that you couldn't handle Ayton, I don't know. But Monty is he's an all-around guy though. He's a good offensive and defensive coach, man. And he's got a good perimeter game, which is why we've seen you have to credit what's been going on with Book, some of that to Monty. What, you know what I mean? He's got to get some of that credit.
Some of the credit goes to Joel Embiid, goes to Doc.
Oh yeah. But they still
but they curl just. No,
I 100% agree with you. We both of those guys are retreads, so it's like, and to y'all's point, if someone wants to sign those guys, because like I said, there should be more teams that like the Knicks need to be looking for a coach. So if you're thinking about a retread, I think that you should go unproven. I would like to see somebody shake something up, man.
Shake it up. What you about to say?
Shake it up.
AJ, you about to say something?
So if Bud got fired for losing to the 8th seeded Heat, and his star was coming back from an injury, do you give Missoula another chance if they lose to the Heat?
Missoula's good, bro.
Yeah, if you fire Missoula, you just stupid.
He has some warts. He has some things to learn from to get better. But this is his first year head coach. Yeah, sometimes you need luck.
You got him here. If you fire a first year head coach that got to the conference finals,
then
you're the worst. You're the worst organization on the planet. Come on.
I mean, they got rid of
but here's my thing though. Are they firing Joe Mazzulla for getting them to the Eastern Conference Finals? Is that bad? Because that just means he didn't they've been here before. So is it kind of just like you didn't really provide us any extra value
before? So it's
I'm just asking because people have had their issues with Joe Mazzulla. So I'm saying it being a quote unquote ready now roster, Is that something that you want? Is that something that
have had that
you
issues,
explore?
but he could still say I did it my way. You know what I'm saying? I got, and if conference, if that's fireable on the first offense, then he'll have a lot of jobs waiting for him. I'll tell you that much.
Like I said, you're gonna always like, bro. Questioning the coach ain't nothing but Monday morning quarterback. You know what I'm saying? We all got the questions. Oh, why would you do that? Hell, people were questioning Steve Kerr against the Lakers. You feel what I'm saying? Like you're gonna get
He's
questions.
a Hall of Fame coach.
At this point, 4-time champion.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
at
saying?
this point, he's a Hall of Fame coach. I mean, he just don't have it yet.
I'm just, so you're going to get questioned, and you get to this point, like you said, you get to this point. I get it. You shouldn't, you shouldn't lose to the AC. You should be the better team. But I mean,
but this year, one thing I can say, and we've been saying it, we've started to see parity across the league. The seeds kind of didn't matter, bro.
Absolutely.
There's only one top seed still hanging around.
And that's why I wanted to say, why are we panicking? Like when you gave your spiel about the Knicks, I'm like, bro, what was the Knicks' expectations coming to the season?
They super exceeded, but
you feel what I'm saying? You exceeded your expectations,
but you could see that that's the end of that dark tunnel with Julius Randle, bro.
Ain't
ever going to go further than that.
And what did I say? If you're going to upgrade your team. But don't sit here and have a knee-jerk reaction because you lost in the second round when y'all just happy to be here.
I think even if they didn't make it, you feel what I'm saying? I think the writing's on the wall because of his style
competitive
of play
in that first round and stuff like that. But it's just like he's supposed to be your guy. But then Jalen Brunson, like he ended up not being who you wanted him to be.
But it goes to what was your expectation?
On my watch.
Don't let Stephen A. Smith and all these people in the media hype you up. They're like, no,
bingo.
I'm not talking to you.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, don't let it hype it up and like they're supposed to be better than what they were. Like,
and that's why I want to know.
The Knicks.
That's why I didn't pick names for them because I don't want to do the dirty work for them.
Think about it. The Cavs lost. Anybody say a word about the Cavs?
Yeah, facts.
They got
other people had higher expectation for the Cavs than the Knicks. I did it,
but I'm just saying they lost.
Sold on Garland and them, bro.
They just lost, and it's called regroup. Just regroup.
I truly feel like they can regroup
and get better, but and learn from that mistake.
I also felt like Spider made a mistake when he went there. I said that
he was traded.
But when you're a player of his caliber, bro, you don't think he had no say so on where he went?
No, because Danny Ainge did like we told you to do. Be your GM, and you go where I tell you to go.
No, I get that, but I feel like, bro, if he would have said, like, bro, I really they let everybody else do it. I can't believe that,
bro. They let.
I ain't everybody just because everybody else jumped off the bridge.
Danny Ainge let Kyrie go where he wanted to go, bro.
No. Kyrie was a free agent,
right?
Kyrie was a free agent.
Shit.
Like I said, he let go, but bro, they go back.
If Danny Ainge ain't, then he's a guy from cut from my own cloth because
exactly
I
did exactly what you said.
These players where they want to go, but what I ain't sending them where they don't want to go neither because
who got the best package?
I'm trying to find the best package.
Pause.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the best deal for both parties. I'm not a grimy person like that because I feel like it's karma.
It ain't grimy. It's business.
If you specifically try to like ship this person off to no man land, you know what I'm saying?
Does no man's land have the best package? Does no man's land have the best package? God,
no, and sometimes
the best trade package. The best trade package. Please don't cut this up, Michelle.
But why we talking about? Well, let me say. But why are we talking about the coaches? Best 3 records over the last 3 seasons belong to the Suns, Bucks, and 76. Monty Williams, Mike Budenholzer, Doc Rivers are no longer head coaches for this team.
Because Doc Rivers season means nothing.
Because that's for another topic. Boy, I tell you,
and regular season basketball is a lot different than postseason basketball.
A lot different.
Absolutely. Doc need to take his ass to the booth. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's waiting.
Ain't nobody trying to hear that ashy ass voice in the booth.
Bro, this is my grandfather.
That's where he came from.
This is my grandfather.
I didn't want to hear it then.
Right here, bro. That's all he used to say, bro. When something happened, he'd be like, wait a minute. That was his favorite phrase, man.
All right, but let's get to it. We got the Western Conference Finals. We got game 2 tonight. The Nuggets are up. And Nuggets versus the Lakers. let's get it to it. We'll holler at you, AJ. It's LLC time, baby.
I'm about to say, Lakers fans, go ahead and do this.
I'm just rocking with you.
Hey man, I think we got this.
Absolutely.
I think we got this. I feel like they had an exceptional shooting night. And I'm not even talking about jokers. I'm talking about everybody else on the team.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't like that. It felt like we was in a vacuum. I don't think no other if they shoot like that again, then we probably won't win a game, bro. I'm just keep it real. Because that was just unreal. Because we didn't play, like statistically, we didn't play that bad of a game. We just made some key mistakes at critical times. And I don't even know if they were mistakes. Like the coming back in the third quarter and then the Joker 3. It's just like a perfect defense on just nothing. It's just like they were literally on fire. So it's like, one, I think we have to follow the script of the Sixers, and we got to trust the process right here. We got to just play defense like we did, be where we were. But one of the keys is we have to keep AD in the paint when the Joker tries to run the show from the perimeter. And I said that as a key to the victory before game one, and a lot of people was like, nah, man, like AD's our best defender. We need him on Joker, wherever. No, once you take AD out the paint, we really struggle with rebounding the ball because we don't have a lot of height other than AD, especially with the lineup that we played, that we started. So you got to keep him closer to the paint. Also, when he's closer to the paint, he's a rim protector. And Joker's vision, if you want to play defense on him when he's on that perimeter, you got to put somebody who got good lateral movement, man. So it's like, that's why Rui worked on him down the stretch. So I don't know if Rui can be effective on him the whole game, but I feel like you got to throw different looks at him, keep him uncomfortable. So we got to get some of those bigger bodies into the game. Like Mo Bamba, get on the floor, bro. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like,
that's why I don't think necessarily. Like I saw an alert that came up and said Ham was possibly thinking about giving Rui the start. I actually don't think that was necessary. I don't think you need to do that, like make that major of an adjustment where you put Rui in the starting lineup. But I think now that you see that he can be effective, that can alter, the actual amount of minutes he may get. But I don't think that there needs to be that big of an adjustment, because if you can preach to your team, hey, clean up some stuff on our end, play a little bit more discipline within our framework of our offense, and then make them do certain things. And when we have these shooters, make sure that we make these other guys uncomfortable. Because speaking from a Suns fan, hey, if Aaron Gordon or Michael Porter Jr. get hot, or they start to see one go in, it could be a long day. So you have to make sure that you hug up on them on the perimeter, and you don't let them start to get in rhythm, and do what you got to do. Throw different looks at Jokic. He gonna get his. He's gonna get his. He gonna get his.
You gotta stop playmaking.
You have to stop his playmaking. You have to make him uncomfortable and really make the others get out of rhythm. So that will cut down his playmaking. If he's giving great passes, but you playing great defense on MPJ and Aaron Gordon and Kentavious Caldwell Pope, guys like that, those are the guys that you can affect. Those are the guys that you can shake. Man. And so that's what. And so if you can affect those guys, that's cool. You just want to mess up the rhythm of Murray and Jokic. You want them to be you just want to make them work for everything on both ends of the court.
I think for the simple fact that, like you said, I think starting out small was definitely a huge mistake. He may not have to start Rui. I wouldn't start Rui. I would go back to starting Vanderbilt and putting Vanderbilt on on Murray, and letting Murray, let him contain Murray, letting Murray not get hot. Putting Braun, if like you say, if Jokic is at the top of the key, like Cannon said, let Braun handle that, and let AD handle the paint, and Rome be the help defender as great as he is. like I said, all I said in the group was defense. You're definitely going to have to defend this team. Like you say, they have a lot of ball movement. Like you say, Jokic is a willing passer, so doubling him is definitely not a good effective strategy because
At all.
he's welcoming Vanderbilt starting. We just got that got the notification.
Yeah,
Vanderbilt starting and Schroeder
Yeah.
going back to the bench. Go Hill, LLC, baby.
Come on, baby.
You know what I'm saying?
But you could trap Joker though when they
Absolutely.
let him bring the ball up sometimes. So it's like not a double team, but trap him, make him
Work.
make him get out of there set
That's
early.
what I said.
Or
Make
a
him
bad
work. Make
pass
him
early.
work for it, man.
Yeah.
You make him work. You put him in pick and rolls. You know, pick and all night. And whoever he's defending, he's in the pick and roll all night. So that's sometimes your offense is your best defense. You know what I'm saying? Getting this big ass tag, like you say. I mean, he's still a big. Like you say, he's in shape. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But keeping him in that, he's still a big. Yeah, that's not. We'll pause if I have to. But I said a big. You know what was wild?
No. I read something. It caught me off guard, and it just happened to be at that time. Nah,
but I know for the thing, like I said, I know everybody's ready to pounce on Laker Nation. Waiting for the glass slipper to fall off. You're waiting for us to lose, and like you say, we already playing with house money. You know what I'm saying?
Playing with house money, baby.
Like you say, we wasn't supposed to be here. So you know what I'm saying? But and still, my confidence is still at an all-time high. Yeah. Even if we lose tonight. If we lose tonight, what we say, AJ? What we say, Cannon?
The series ain't a series until a team lose at home.
So I'm like I said, I'm still not worried now.
But we need it would be good
to win tonight. But I believe we're gonna win tonight. Like I say, I believe we're gonna win tonight. I believe, like I say, them letting us come back was a detriment. Like I say, we figured it out. They haven't had to adjust all playoffs. They've been playing.
They had to make a couple against the Suns because the Suns kind of figured them out real quick too.
No, it was just they didn't have their shooting night.
That's it.
Because they can't always have it. But they didn't have no defense for when Book and KD was going crazy.
But who gonna have a defense for that though?
But both of those games were still close.
Exactly.
So those games were still close. You just lost because they finally got it home.
Yeah, but even this game was technically close. They just lost.
Because we were at home and Landry Shamet put up 19.
That's what I'm saying. So at some point, like
y'all finally got some bench.
They got some help. So it's like, okay, when did
bench players get home and that
was the worst bench in NBA history, bro.
When did they actually have to adjust? Is what I'm saying. They didn't have to adjust when they played the Timberwolves. Come on now.
Because they just whenever we put our bench in, we gonna win.
Yeah, exactly. Like you said, then when they like so, it's unfortunate. So now let's make them adjust. Let's get to the other. So let's wrap it up for the game.
Yeah, man.
We seen game one yesterday. The 3% chance for the Heat to win.
I never understood.
What was that?
What type of mess was that? Where did they come up with these?
Did you see the series? Like, have you seen the Heat in the playoffs?
Have you seen them play throughout the year? Like, bro. Like I
Michael Jordan's son, dog.
Bro, anytime someone steps on a basketball court, bro, and it's 5-on-5, the chances are basically 50-50. You could have an off night, like shoot.
And I understood, like I said, I can say if you want to say the Celtics are going to win the series, I still believe that the Celtics are going to win the series.
But that was disrespectful.
But 3% is come on now. That's
don't even post that, bro. You might as well say they was 100% guaranteed lie.
That might have been the reason that they won.
That was the reason why they won.
I know Jimmy said. I know.
Yeah, Jimmy said, bro, we 3%, bro.
This is the team that's on. They're fueling off disrespect. They're fueling off.
If we 3%, we like you just said here, we're playing with house money. We don't have anything to lose. Go out there and let it fly, everybody, man.
Let it fly.
And it's game one. It's game one on the road. So, like I say, what else we got to lose? Like you say, the series don't start till when?
Till somebody lose at home.
Exactly. So we playing with house money, bro. So it's just weird. It was just weird. But let's get to the series. Like, what do you think about the series?
I think, man, if someone can't figure out how to put a lid on the others for the Heat, because everybody keep thinking it's Jimmy Butler. Spo has outcoached the Eastern Conference so far, man. He's doing it. And I'm afraid, bro. I'm afraid of. He's the coach that I'm afraid of that's still left. So it's like other teams, I'm more afraid of their talent. Miami, I'm afraid of Spo because, bro,
He pushing
it's
all
no
the right
doubt in my
buttons.
mind if Spo would have had that roster that the Knicks had and the tables would turn, they might have swept them, bro. They might have swept the Heat, bro. With Jimmy Butler, it really is the way that he's coaching and playing the situational game. You see, like you're not even calling timeouts and subbing your defensive players when the time gets low. Those extra possessions and things like that is really defining these games. So it's like, and of course, it helps to have a superstar like Jimmy Butler. But it's all, bro. It's been Martin and the others, bro. They've been open and being allowed to play to their strengths.
Yeah.
So to me, it's gonna be hard for the Celtics because you got not only the mob, but then you got Jimmy Butler out there
Not the
too.
mob.
Like between Pat Riley, Spoelstra, and all and you know, and all the wise guys.
Most of the cartel.
You know what I mean? And then you got Jimmy Butler out there. We seen what Jimmy did to the Timberwolves.
Yeah. Had them boys scared.
You see, Joel ain't recovered ever since Jimmy lost.
He's still crying in the locker room, ain't he?
You know what I mean?
That's when the process might have messed up.
Oh Lord.
They should have just kept Jimmy, man.
I think that that's water under the bridge now. You in Miami,
Yeah.
flourishing. I think at the end of the day, like I said, I think it's a wake up call for the Celtics. Once again, they felt that. I think they felt that their talent. They drunk the Kool-Aid. You know, it's a 97% chance to win. They felt that their talent, they got the better team. They felt their talent was just going to supersede the Heat, and the Heat came in there like, look, we the Heat, bro. We rough.
Sorry.
Of all the choices,
it was an accident.
right? That's the accident. Like, okay,
I'll explain later.
Please don't. But I think that, like I say, it's going, and it's a weird stat. Everybody left in the playoffs has been undefeated at home, except the Celtics. Celtics are 4-4 at home. Like,
because guess what? The series don't start. The series don't start.
They go.
But they series is on and popping.
Absolutely,
facts. That's a fact.
But I mean,
because if they lose tomorrow night, bro, it's ugly.
Who'd you have winning the Nuggets in this Lakers series, AJ? Don't be scared.
Lakers in 6.
Don't be scared.
Got the Lakers in 7, yo.
Oh, I'm shocked.
Dang.
Okay. So who we got winning this series? I got it going 7. I got the Celtics in 7.
I got a bubble rematch, yo.
I got the bubble rematch too.
Okay.
But I think the league really wants Lakers Celtics. That's where the money's at. And if it's a script that's out there, that's what they're going for.
But what about the script? LeBron breaks the all-time scoring record, gets another ring, put him in a hole. Hey, that off-season conversation.
That would be. If Bron wins a chip
every day, and
then
don't
retire, bro.
Don't let Bron have one of them games. You know, he be putting it in the tank, but don't let him have one of them games.
That 3. If Bron would have hit that 3 in game 1, we would have won that thing. That's why he took it, because he's trying to everything Bron do is he's trying to legacy stack at this point.
And that's exactly what that was. And that's why he turned around. He's like, "Ooh, I almost had it." No, you didn't. Like, you should have taken it.
So went to the rack, and you still with a legacy stack.
Exactly. That's what you do. From now on, that's what you do.
That's how you shoot.
But you know why I couldn't get mad? You know why I couldn't get mad? Because one of my keys, and I didn't put this in Facebook, but one of my keys that I've been saying around the house, I don't. So when we was playing the Warriors, I don't like when we try to match threes. So my thing is, if Warriors hit a 3, I want us to come down, get in our half court, and just get a bucket, right? If they miss, and we're in transition, I don't mind you shooting a three. And that three that Bron took was off of a miss from them. So it's like, based off my principles, he technically had the green light. And you know I've been coaching Hill, so it's like he been listening to me. So he like, I got the green light. It is what it is, man.
Let it.
But I would have liked to see a drive right there because he probably would have got to the line.
Yeah, like I say, getting the mismatch with Jamal Murray on you every time. You definitely would have, that was solidifying it that, it was a bucket. Like it just didn't make it. Just we knew what it was. It was one of those, like you say, a legacy shot. It was a legacy shot.
Yeah.
So we know from now on. Ain't no more legacy shot. Take his ass to the paint.
Get the chip. That's the legacy shot. Bro.
Exactly. Get that.
That's what you're here for.
Now, why I'm at it, I just wanted to bring this up. Like this off script, so don't kill me, y'all. The Spurs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because Hill was saying you basically you need a three-peat, and the Spurs don't have a three-peat, but they're considered a dynasty.
No, I said, well, they have when did they get theirs though?
I feel like, but they have 4 and 10 years, so I feel like that is a dynasty. I feel like
I don't believe a three-peat is a dynasty.
And that was my point. Hill was saying that was standard, and we should know that. And I was like, bro, I'm not sure if
No, because you don't have to like you can be a dynasty without a three-peat. That like it's like you could be
a three-peat.
Well, he said you need 3 and need to be consecutive.
You need three championships.
That's a three-peat.
No,
and that's why I took it as that.
I don't know why you need 3 championships to be considered a dynasty. That's a minimum. You can't just have 2.
But 2 of them at least 2 of them one of them got to be back to back. Is what you're saying?
Yes.
So say if I got back to backs and then I missed a year and I got the next year, I'm a dynasty. You think back to back is a dynasty, AJ?
If you like say you get to the finals, the next year you win, the following year you win, you back in the finals. Then the following year you in the finals, and then the following year you win. That's a dynasty to me.
Yeah. So we wasn't arguing about the Spurs. I brought them up as an example to combat something that Hill said.
See, this was the thing, but in the group, it was LeBron was the dynasty, was the thing, AJ, and then he switched it up to now it's just the Spurs. So yes, I
didn't even bring this up. I'm just using the example. This wasn't my question. Don't put that on.
You definitely just brought this up.
A 4 posed that question.
But no, you just asked us in here right now.
No, I did.
And I'm giving you my definition.
So I use the example of the Spurs because I consider them a dynasty, and they didn't really fit the criteria that you were saying. So I was asking.
No, my criteria was the answer that was towards Bron. My criteria is right here. I'm gonna give it to you now. You have to have 3 in a certain amount of years. So, like I say, don't say years. I'm gonna say 5 because I'm not about to say 10. That's too far.
I mean, the Spurs have 4 and 10, so technically.
That's cool. I consider them a dynasty.
Yeah, but I don't know if they had 3 in how many years did you say? I don't know if they had that.
They had a back-to-back though, right?
I think they did have a back-to-back.
Boom.
Hey, well, guess it's a parade in their city. Yeah. So if we talk about parades in the city, hey, what is this man doing?
I don't even have no words for him, boy. Bro, the one clip, that's the funniest one is where Bane hits a 3. and John just
like, bro,
that man trigger happy, bro.
Hey, boy, like I said, at the end of the day, bro, like with everything, the Fords have said it in the group. It's been said. Like I said, I have really no word for stupidity. And that's exactly what it is. Like I said, there's no help. Like there's no help nobody else can give you. There's no, his friends, they're not really his friends. It's no, it's none of that. At this point,
it's
his job. This is you. So until you want to get help, that's like I say, that's when we can have some sympathy. But until you want to do that, I'm not wasting my energy on job, bro.
It's
I'm
facts,
not on stupid dudes, bro.
Ro got a point right here, man.
No,
That
it's
thing,
not.
this
Because
that people. So
statute,
listen. So hear
statute of
me.
limitations is
No, no,
over. My
no.
daddy used to be out here riding the
So
Isaac Hayes,
listen. But hear
Curtis
me out.
Mayfield,
Hear me out,
taking
AJ.
motherfuckers out,
Hear me
dog.
out,
It ain't
man.
rap music.
Hear me out, bro. We are the last people to come up on rap music, but understand the difference between real and not. These new people that grow up on rap music, they believe everything because a lot of these rappers, unlike some of the rappers that our rappers was lying to us, saying they flipping bricks and all that, they was lying. These young dudes be doing what they say now. So it's like that's the new thing. So it's like the music is all when you look at it, bro. It's ever since it started with Chief Keef, bro. That Sosa put you in a trance. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, bro, when I look every time Ja has pulled out his blicky, he has been in the trance musically. You can see it, bro. It got a hold of him, man. He need to start listening to gospel or something, and he'll stop doing it, man.
You know what? You know who need to be having a meeting? I seen Jay Prince just recently had a meeting with NBA YoungBoy. Jay Prince need to go talk to him. You know,
bro.
These young dudes
Bro,
don't
I'm
care
done with
about
Jay,
no Jay
bro.
Prince.
Yeah, thank you, bro. And one, I'm done with Jay Prince, bro. Myself. When I seen that he talking to young boys, like, bro, Drake don't need you to do this, bro. I'm sure you telling him
to Drake every time he did it with
and Drake is like, bro, stop, bro. Like, I can handle myself, bro.
That really be making Drake look super light skinned when Jay Prince.
It do, bro. Because I'm
every
like, bro,
single
stop,
time.
bro.
I didn't even know he was dissing him.
Me neither. And that's my point, bro. Nobody knows until you say something, Jay Prince. just shut up, Jay Prince. Dang, man.
Hey, look, man. Ja Morant,
Ja Rule murder rant. Like,
do what you want to do, bro. Like,
no,
it's no, do what you want to do, bro. Like,
you're right.
What? Do what you want to do, fam. If that's the life you want to live, go ahead. But you can't do that in the NBA, especially not now with all these eyes on you.
You couldn't do that with David Stern. David Stern would have let him do this with David Stern. The first gun.
You could be the face.
David Stern might have done you in the first time.
You could be the face of the NBA, or you could be out the NBA. You could choose. But
I hope we get it together, man.
Before we go,
I hope we get
people always.
Bro, once again, I just said you're from that generation, bro. Like they are different, bro. They truly believe that all of these dudes are doing it because, like, when all of these young rappers drop, they drop with a whole YouTube series and documentary about how they Grim Reapers in their hood and got all these unidentified bodies under their belt. It's like that's how they're pushing it, bro. That's the marketing now. And some of it is fake, yes, but it appears real to these kids, bro. And like it or not, we consider Ja a grown-ass man, but he really just a young kid, bro. Yeah. He really is.
Okay. But it's plenty.
And I'm not caping for him.
But okay, because what I'm about to say is there's plenty of young kids in the NBA. It's plenty of young kids in the NBA that listen to NBA YoungBoy. It's plenty of young kids
it ain't gonna get everybody, but it got him in a trance, bro.
So it's about like 400, 500 dudes in the NBA.
They got him, bro. Yeah, well, just go back and rewatch the videos, bro, and then tell me, am I lying to you, bro?
I do that in the car too, with the finger guns. I don't even post my finger guns on Instagram, dog.
I keep mine on me. No,
and I don't have $250 million.
You know what I'm saying? Mine on me, bro. You know what I'm saying? The finger gun. The finger. Don't let me get two of them.
If I had $250 million, I wouldn't even post a nail gun of me building a deck on Instagram. I'm not, bro. I'm not posting nothing. I don't post nothing now.
You know what I'm saying? Right in the car. Don't let me get both of them. You know what I'm saying? Both mine go. You know what I'm saying?
Lord have mercy, man. That was too funny, man. Hey, listen, I keep that thing on me.
You know what I'm saying?
I keep it on me.
You know what I'm saying?
Liable to get clapped.
You know what I'm
You know what
saying?
I mean? I keep it on me.
Oh
Hey.
man.
Hey, dog, you strapped? You know it.
You made the quota, Mark.
You reached the quota.
Because dodgeball was white.
Yeah, we definitely. So I said, we see all around, universal.
Facts.
Was that the right word, AJ?
Yeah,
Sure.
that time.
It's
Nigga
close
said,
enough.
sure. Where's the heart, y'all? Y'all know y'all catch us all major podcast platforms with the stick out. Pause. I said pause. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, can we? But I do want to eliminate. I do want to eliminate something.
You know what I'm
from
saying?
rap.
Toolie out.
Can we stop calling a
Gun stick.
Glock with no, not even that. They say I got a Glock with a dick on it.
I tried to stop him.
Can we eradicate that from rap? Can we lose that? Like, get that out of rap. Like, I don't want
it's a lot of weird stuff going on with the youngest, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what I'm saying?
That's a whole nother pod.
A motherfucker shoot me with a gun from his purse, bro. I'm haunting everybody when I come back.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't want to see these. Y'all better like, share, and subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Y'all better
hit this, or you gonna get this.
We need the muzzle flash on the end of the hill.
Got hit with the jaw.
Hey, look, y'all catch the all major podcast platform. 3Man Weave, Instagram, Twitter, 3Man Weave _ You can email it at podcast.weave@gmail.com. I'm here. That's AJ. We keep the cannon on us. You know, y'all the four.
Y'all